Hello everybody, it's Deb. It is kind of late on Monday evening, April 17th, and there's this thing going around on YouTube, and no, it's not a cold or a virus like I have personally. It is a tag, like the kid game Tag You're It. It's called a positive tag, and I just happened to be watching Crafty Lady Lisa, who had been tagged by Jody Home and Hard, I think it is. And I happened to watch Jody's, and I can't remember how I found her. But anyway, and I saw that she had tagged Lisa. But when I watched Lisa's, I had a little surprise at the end, and that was that Lisa tagged me as one of her 5 people that she tagged. So anyway, what you have to do is answer these 4 questions, and then you get to tag other people. So I get to be the tagger. Anyway, I'm hoping my voice and my throat and everything holds out for the duration of this video. So bear with me. Okay, the first question is, what 3 things are you good at? I have to be truthful in this and say I am really struggling with this right now because I'm kind of in a transition phase in my life, and what I used to be good at isn't what I do anymore. um, so, um, I could steal Jody Home and Heart's. She kind of said a funny thing, which was she was good at marrying the wrong man. Yeah, that's kind of true with me too, because I've been married twice. I'm not proud of that, but stuff happens. And I won't even go there, but the end result of that is I got 2 beautiful, now grown children out of that, and I love them to pieces. And I love my grandkids that I now have from my daughter. Um, so, yeah, and as a result of that, I am good at making a decision that I probably never want to get married again. So I guess that's one thing. And then the second thing is I'm pretty independent. I don't know if that's a good thing or a curse. But I have the ability to take care of myself and take care of my kids as needed. Now, they don't need me as much, but your kids are always your kids. And I have a roof over my head, and I have food and clothing, and um, I'm not financially hurting yet. So anyway, and I guess the last thing more in line with this whole crafting community is, um, I see I was making jewelry. That's how I started into this, but only since 2012. And then I've only been paper crafting, planning since late last year, and paper crafting since this year. So, and YouTube videos just this year. So, don't really know what I'm good at in the area of paper crafting. I think from a design standpoint, though, both in jewelry and paper crafting, I have an eye for colors, color coordination, what goes good together, what looks good together. I think, maybe. Um, that's about all I can come up with. I don't know. I don't know what I'm good at. I'm still learning, and I'll always be forever learning because my mindset is there's always somebody out there better, you can always do better, blah blah blah. Anyway, okay, number 2, which YouTubers inspire you most? That's another tough one because, well, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to pre-paper crafting, the 2 YouTubers that inspired me. Well, there were 3. The first one was Off the Beaten Path, Kelly Dalton Dale. Second one was Ruby Lockwood, and the third one, oh darn, I can't remember her name. She was in Denmark. I will find her name and link it below. Those were my 3 jewelry inspirations on YouTube. But it's a tricky thing because when you're selling jewelry, you don't want to watch too many other people make jewelry because you don't want to be accused of stealing their ideas and things. So I mostly watch to learn techniques, and then I shut it off. And I even stopped buying jewelry magazines and all that kind of stuff for the same reason. Then in my new world of paper crafting, and I haven't stopped doing the jewelry, I'm just in a hiatus of sorts right now. The first person I really was watching was into planning, and that is Home with Tanya. Tanya, I think she says it. She's here on YouTube. She's a beautiful lady. She has a bazillion planners. She does a lot of crafts. She's a Stampin' Up! Consultant. Just a wonderful person. So I was learning about planning from her. I got my Happy Planner, which is one she didn't have at the time. But I love my Happy Planner. I'm a little behind in that right now. So that was one. And then the next one I actually came across that I really liked and inspired me to think, well, maybe I can make more than jewelry to sell at craft fairs, was Lyric Lover. I think it's Lyric Lover 10, because she was showing giving a lot of how-tos on paper goods that she was making to sell at craft fairs. She and her sister and her mother and maybe an aunt, I don't know, I can't remember. I haven't watched her for a while. I don't know if she's done too many videos lately. So they first inspired me. And then Misty Blackburn and her sister, Christy Barry, well, Misty was my first pocket letter swap. And that came about through Facebook, but she's also on YouTube. And actually, maybe it came about on YouTube where she was asking, is there anybody who'd want to swap? I'd like to try this. And I said, sure, I'll try the pocket letter. And so that really got me gung-ho into paper. And then since then, I have found so many wonderful people. It's really hard to narrow it down. So just to name a few, Sharon Sherry, yeah, you're up there. I love your style. I like the things you make a lot. Peggy Strong, I love that you do things a little different. You try things different, and you gave me the opportunity to try different techniques and things with your latest tag and wand challenge. My first tag, my first wand, and first techniques using gelatos and gesso and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then Kathy's cards for the puzzle challenge. Reused Muse, I love your different style, and I probably would never have tried that style if I hadn't seen some of your stuff. Crafty Lori Simonson has lots of videos on different techniques, and I love watching that and asking questions and learning. Sweet Harte Creations, her name is Lori, was my second pocket letter swap, and that was a coffee themed pocket letter, and she does beautiful cards. She has a YouTube. I don't think she's very active on it, but you should really go check her out. And we met through I Am Mama 24, who hosted that coffee challenge, and she is just a sweetheart of a lady. Also, they are both in Canada. Lori at Sweetheart Creations, and I Am Mama 24. Doesn't matter. Nurse Tara 04, I used to watch. I haven't watched her much lately, but she did a lot of altered things, like altered pizza boxes, and her work is impeccable. So if you haven't seen her, go check her out. And Serenity Creations, Anna, I watch her. She's sort of like me in that she does a little bit of jewelry and a little bit of, well, she does a lot of paper crafts too. I'm just learning paper crafts. So anyway, and the list just goes on and on and on. So I apologize if I missed anybody, but I mean, Very Crafty Bonet had me do the first paper craft fan. I don't know. There's so many, and I get overwhelmed sometimes trying to watch everybody's videos, but I just want to take it all in and try and learn, and then try and adapt it to be my own style, and that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. So, hopefully I'll get there. Okay, that's enough of a long-winded response. What 3 things are you excited about? Well, I guess firstly, learning new skills and trying to combine them with the ones I have already to come up with my own new, unique style, new to me. I do struggle with that. I think watching YouTube, we sometimes, at least I do, I always look at everybody else's stuff and go, oh my gosh, that person's so good at this or that or whatever, and I'll never be that good. And I have to stop that. I have to try and minimize that anyway, because we all have our own styles and uniqueness, and we get there different ways, and I know that. I'm old enough to know that now, but it's hard sometimes. And I don't want to stop watching you all because you're part of my inspiration to keep going and doing this. So anyway, unrelated to crafting, recent events have forced a friend to totally change a mindset on eating low carb, no carb diet, regardless of what fat was being eaten, to heart healthy diet, which contains some carbs, but low fat, low sodium, and still watching carbs because, as we learned, carbs do help make you retain fat. So you do have to watch the carbs, but you also have to watch the sodium and the fat. It's really a tough thing. It's almost like, okay, so I can't eat anything, right? Well, you can't eat all this processed food. Hot dogs are a no-go. Red meat is probably a no-go. Anyway, so yeah, I have been trying to do the more like a South Beach, which is low carb, but also a good mix of vegetables and fruits and stuff, and I'm not always successful. It's hard when you have someone at home that packs a lunch every day that takes sweets and crackers and stuff I shouldn't be eating. And I am borderline diabetic, so I have to watch the carbs, but I also am scared enough now that I've got to watch the sodium and all the other stuff too. So I'm actually looking forward to that because I've been trying to lose weight for like, I don't know, 20 years. And as a result of stress mostly in the last week and trying to eat healthier, and now this cold or whatever it is, flu, I have lost like almost 5 pounds. So I'm happy about that. I'm hoping to get past the next 5 because that'll be the lowest I've been in 20 years. And then I have another lots more to go. But for my height, I'm way overweight. So I'm working on it. And I guess the third thing is just being outside in spring. I can't really take the heat of summer, but we do go fishing in the summer in a boat. Hopefully my friend Charlie will be able to do the boating and stuff still. But if not, even just taking walks outside, being able to meet my daughter at lunchtime once or twice a week in the nice weather and taking a walk or going to the gym with her, I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to together time in nice weather and seeing all the beauty around us with the flowers blooming, the new life that is coming up out of the ground now. And I guess going with that new life will also be my little mini, I have container gardens. I'm not a gardener. My thumb is pretty brown. I try, but I need help. And so I usually have a very small container garden of cucumbers, peppers, zucchini, tomatoes, Um, last year I tried broccoli. I'm not going to do that again. I'd rather have 2 zucchinis or 2 cucumbers than broccoli. But anyway, so that's it. I'm looking forward to that. And continuing to learn how to can those. That's more than 3 things. Okay, what do I do to relax? I like to listen to music, although I have not been listening to much music lately, and I need to get back into that. I like to craft. I like to make jewelry. I would like to get back into doing more torch enameling jewelry and kind of make that my specialty, I think. And so I'm changing gears in my jewelry from just beadwork and bead weaving to I'd like to get more into silversmithing and then also torch enameling. I just think torch enameling allows just such a creative outlet for me, and I love it. I just have to do it outside on my patio, and only when the weather permits, because if it's too humid it doesn't work, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, and I'm loving the paper crafting. So yeah, and making YouTube videos and watching them. That's kind of become an addiction for me right now, is watching the videos and making them. So I guess that's about it about me. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'm sorry it was so lengthy. I know it's supposed to be a short thing. So now, who am I gonna tag? And I don't know if you all that I'm picking have been tagged or not, but here's who I'm picking. I am picking Sharon Sherry, Happy Crafter Lisa Goss, Kathy's Cards, Peggy Strong, and her sister, Deb Hendrick. So, if any of you have already been tagged, let me know and I'll throw another name in there. But if you haven't been tagged, you're it, girls. So, give us your answers and pass it along. Thanks for listening, guys. I know I sound like crap, but and I'm starting to feel like it too again tonight, so I'm gonna go try and get some sleep pretty soon. I have one more VR to do, and I'll be back soon, and then off for the night. Good night. Bye.